Well, I guess I'm taking up the rear. And I really appreciate, Chichia, what you shared, and my brothers Donald and Alan, and Dubside sharing his beautiful guitar playing means a lot. And my youngest brother Norman has orchestrated so much leading up to all of this. And Mom, you are wonderful. I'm going to read from my journal, and this is reading as if it's a letter to my father. Dear Father, I will greatly miss you, your smile, your voice, your laughter, your welcoming embrace. So many good memories of you have flooded my mind in these days since you died that I can hardly record them fast enough. Many of my fondest memories of you are the times you took the family canoeing. As I think about it more and more, you really taught me so much on those canoe trips. You taught us all. You taught me the importance of good planning. You had the details of preparation down to a science. Each of us knew what we needed to bring, where to find it, how to pack it, and where everything went, even once we got to the river. Even when I was only 5 or 6 years old, you gave me specific jobs to do and things I could carry, like life jackets, piled on my body, one on top of the other. I learned how to pack sandwiches in an Army ammo box. That's what we had for loading our stuff. And fill canteens of water. And put an extra bag of clothes in the big Army duffel bag. We were prepared for just about everything because you, Father, knew that unexpected things could happen on the river. We all knew which canoe we would be in long before we got to the river, and whether we were paddling in the bow or in the stern. And of course, you taught us how to paddle. And you taught me, even giving me a kid-sized paddle to start with, so I'd get the feel of it. You showed me how to read the river with its rocks and currents, even before I was really paddling. I learned that the boat sometimes flows with the current or the wind, not necessarily in the direction it is pointed. You taught me the dangers of the river, but not to panic or be afraid. You taught us how to work together as a family, helping to bail each other out when we got into troubled waters or stuck on a rock. You gave us time to rest from our paddling and enjoy a picnic lunch, which was always begun with a blessing, and thanks to God, and thanks to Mom for her great food preparation. You gave us time to enjoy the beauty of the river, to hear the birds singing, watch the ducks swim ahead of us. And I can remember those times when we were in a quiet stretch on the river. You'd begin a song with your clear tenor voice that matched so beautifully with Mom's, and we'd all join in. You also taught us to share with others. Some of our canoe trips were with friends or people from the canoe club that we had joined, people that we just met. I'll never forget the time I was paired up with a fellow who had strong arms to paddle, but was inexperienced. It was a frightening experience ending up stuck on a rock in the midst of raging currents all around us. But it was not the river that scared me, because you had trained me well. It was a stranger in the boat with me who was in such a panic that he was yelling at me instructions that I knew weren't good. But you were not far off, Father, and you knew what I was going through. And when it was all over and we were back in the car to go home, you comforted me, and you told me you were proud of me for staying calm, even though I did not have a good paddling partner that day. You did not speak ill of him, but simply explained he was inexperienced and, well, more afraid than I was. Father, thank you for giving me courage that day and teaching me humility and grace before others, even when they fail us. Just as you taught me how to navigate the river with all its beauty, its strength, and its unexpected turns, you taught me how to navigate the flowing waters of life. I will miss you more than words can express. Death always seems to come too soon. I think because we are not ready for it, or at least I wasn't. But by God's grace, I believe you were ready. I know this because I suddenly found myself praying earnestly for you with tears streaming down my face as I lay down to sleep, that no matter what happens, I pray that God would make his presence surround you with his peace, and that you would know that the Spirit of God is with you. Only moments later, the phone rang, and Mother and I heard the news of your passing from this earthly life. Our hearts were heavy with sadness, but somehow we knew the peace of God which passes all understanding.